Hi, my name is Leah Cook with Sandpaper and Wax Design. I'm getting ready to list my house on the market. I realized my kitchen is a bit in disarray. 4 kids and 8 years later, no restoration done. It definitely has taken its toll on my kitchen. I got a price from a local contractor. He quoted me $10,000 to refinish and resurface damaged cabinets, replace the cabinet and completely strip and redo, puttying, etc. And I thought, hey, I can do this myself. And home values can increase as much as 2% when the kitchen is fully restored. It is a big project. I do recommend you have somebody to come help you. It really will pay off and be a lot quicker. So don't get overwhelmed. Depending on the size of your kitchen. My kitchen had 52 faces, cabinet faces, so needed some puttying, resurfacing, new door installed. I did this project by myself. It took me about 4 full days. You have to allow paint to dry for 24 hours before you do the next level. So make sure you give yourself adequate time in between dry time. You can do this. It is possible and it will increase your home value. We are getting ready to list our home today and the photographers will be here. So I'm gonna take you through the process. So let's get started. So I'm gonna show you the floor and how I did this. I tape the layer and then I tape the brown paper over on top. So now we're double protected when I cut through here to cut in for the baseboards. That way you protect your floor all the way up and under, and then you have your floor covering really well. And you're using nice long strokes, back and forth, just like that. Now, you're going to let that dry, and I'm gonna recommend that you let this dry overnight. You want a really nice hard finish to make sure your surface is ready to go. When you come back the next day, you want to check for any drips, for anything that's possibly maybe stuck to it, and lightly sand again. If you sand, you have to clean slate it one more time. So clean rag, clean slate again. You want to get any dust. You'd be surprised how much dust will come off when you're sanding. I'm going to talk to you about spraying the cabinets. You can use the high density roller, you can use the paintbrush. I'm looking to quickly get this done. And what I love about Miracle Paint is it dries to touch in 1 hour. But I would wait to do that second coat till the next day. You always want to give each layer an opportunity to dry, or at least start it in the morning and then come back and you can spray it again in the evening. There's 1 coat here of the Zinsser shellac. That's my primer. You're gonna have to build the layer. Put your mask on. Before you get started, you're gonna thin your paint out if you're using a sprayer, 1 pint to a gallon. So this is 16, so 4 ounces for 1 quart. You need to have a respirator while you're spraying. Definitely get some airflow as you are working. And when you thin, have yourself a bucket and you're going to slowly add water. You want to mix this paint. Once you add water to it, especially when you just open a can, period. Let's go ahead and mix that for about 2 to 3 minutes, really incorporating that water. Make sure it's fully mixed in and integrated, that water. Cover it up because this paint does dry quickly. Put a lid on this before you get started. If you're gonna spray them vertically, less is more, thin coats, nice, even thin coats. It's gonna be less work, less time consuming, less coming through and sanding. But if you make a mistake, no problem, just let it dry. It's nice and easy. Sand that out if there's any drips. And remember, you wanna start from the top and come all the way down. And the reason we start from the top is as you're spraying, that spray is coming down because you're gonna use a ladder or a step stool and you're gonna start. And so as you're working your way down, you're going over what is already hit the cabinet coming down in your overspray, and then you'll finish at the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that little bit of a demo and we'll go to the next round. All right, so here we have a large pantry door. I decided to take off to spray. I did put it back on, and then it's such a long span that I would prefer for it to be flat. That second coat will cover whatever you missed. And if need be, you can cut back through with a small touch-up brush and get those edges. As far as like the sides go, you can always use Amy's taper brush and run along the edge while it's down. When I am completely done spraying Howard's density roller, and I will open all the cabinets and do all the edges around, just all the way around. Are finished. Everything's pretty much done. I realized my door just looked terrible, so we're gonna do the door with the extra Amy Howard paint that I purchased. So as you can see here, this door is in rough shape. It's a great door. It's a solid core door, wood door. So I am gonna go ahead and paint this with the Miracle paint in Bauhaus Buff, get it to match the cabinets and look more cohesive. Now we are ready to steam clean. My pressure is built up in my steam cleaner, and we're gonna try to just get some of the gunk that maybe has sat there for a couple of years off this door. All right, primer is dry. We are using Amy Howard's Miracle paint, and it's Bauhaus Buff. I'm going to pour 12 ounces of the Miracle paint into my spray gun. Thinned it by 10%, so that's 1.2 fluid ounces. This is starting out with 12 ounces. Still really thick consistency. So play around with whatever gun or pressure system you have that you're using. Test it out and see how that works for you. I'm using an Apollo Series 7 sprayer. Get spraying.